All right. Welcome back to today's video. In today's video, we're going to cover building a recruiting team and why it's important. Building a recruiting team is one of the best things you could do. And I just wanted to get that out the way first so we could go ahead and understand the magnitude of it. But so far as what is a recruiting team? So, a recruiting team is a group of people who are going to be your allies and your advocates through this recruiting process. So it could be teachers, coaches, parents, of course. We definitely have to have parents in there involved, guidance counselors, academic counselors, even trainers or club coaches. So what these people are going to do, they're all part of the recruiting process, whether you know it or not, or whether they know it or not. So sometimes out of the blue, college coaches can just reach out to either a teacher, a guidance counselor. Definitely reach out to your high school coach just to see. Reach out to the high school coach of the student athlete, if parents, if you're listening to this, of course. But they'll definitely reach out to them. They want to know what type of character this student athlete is, or they want to know how you interact or how they interact with their teammates. Do they make it to workouts on time? Or are they people who hide in the back when it's time to do drills? Things like that. So coaches are going to ask, college coaches are going to ask high school coaches questions like that. Um, They'll definitely reach out to teachers, see how you are in the classroom, see how the student is in the classroom, excuse me. If they are class clowns, they're going to ask where do they sit. They're going to ask how do they turn in their work. Is it timely? Do you have to give them extra time to do work and things like that, which is understandable because at the end of the day, you are a student athlete. The student part comes first, and they want to know what type of students they're bringing into their university because they still have to get the student admitted to the university. So that's kind of a big deal. So I've already covered who's on this recruiting team and what you would basically just what I would recommend doing is just kind of letting these people know that they could possibly be contacted by college coaches on behalf of, well, in regards to the student athlete. So mostly everyone will be open to the process and letting and being informative. You know, we're trying to help student athlete reach their goals, and also we're trying to help them get education. So why not be able to give honest feedback to these coaches? So why is this team important? This team is important because you definitely don't want to do this on your own. I'm talking to students and parents, student athletes and parents. Going through the recruiting process alone is tough. No one can really do it alone. I know sometimes where I kind of did it on my own in a sense, where I would drive myself to workouts or camps or tryouts and things like that. But also, there were times where I was already too tired to even drive, and I had to reach out to my dad or one of my cousins to see if they could take me to a camp because maybe my grandma wasn't very fond of me driving 3 hours away by myself, or I just had a game or crazy practice or something the day before, and I'm still recovering, and I don't want to hop on the road, and I'm already tired. So it's important because going through this by yourself is tough, and you're gonna need your guidance counselors because they're gonna help you plan out your schedules. They're gonna help you. Take your transcripts and get them sent to the right places and have the right school codes and things like that. Your teachers are going to be the people who advocate for you when coaches call. Your high school coaches are going to be the same. Parents are going to be the same. These coaches are going to reach out to your parents. These coaches are going to know what type of person you are at home because when you're in school, you're going to get almost comfortable being away from home and you're going to start treating that as home and they want to know what type of person they're going to bring into their environment, excuse me. So that's why this team is important because all these pieces go together like a puzzle, right? And this team is going to be one of the most, I guess, important parts of the process because this is what's going to set you apart from everyone else who's doing it wrong. Because sometimes you may think, or student athletes may think, excuse me, parents, if you're watching this, student athletes may think that everything is cool and they can do this and they can do that. But sometimes you need someone to be quality control or or something like that, or somebody that's like, hey, why'd you do that? Why'd you do this? Are you doing this? Have you done this? You know, someone that keeps you accountable or keeps the student accountable. So this team plays a major role in that, and that's why it's very important having a recruiting team, and that's one thing that I believe sets a lot of people apart, even though it doesn't seem like it. So with that being said, this is going to be the last slide of this presentation, right? But just definitely want you to, if you have to, listen to this again. But start building this recruiting team. Start getting the actual pieces in place, because whether you're starting it early or you're starting it late, like I did, this team is going to separate you, and it's going to help the student athlete get to wherever they need to be. So, hey, that's it for this video. Remember, you're only one offer away. I'll see you in the next one. Happy recruiting.